presentation of the Minnesota Twins.
The second leg of a West Coast road trip gets underway tonight in West Sacramento. You're watching Twins TV presented by Progressive as the Twins look to get back in the win column tonight against the A's. The Twins have some work to do after a tough weekend in San Diego. The sweep took them out of that final wild card spot to 2 games back with 31 games left to go and a whole lot of company when it comes to that playoff chase. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sutter Health Park. I'm Audra Martin. This last week and a half has been a seesaw for the Twins with 3 straight sweeps and unfortunately only 1 going in their favor. The good news, however, is the juggernaut of National League opponents is in the rearview mirror. And now tonight starts an opportunity for the Twins to officially get things back on track. Let's go ahead and set up this 3-game series. These 2 teams met exactly a month ago with the Twins taking 2 out of 3. But remember, it wasn't exactly a walk in the park. The A's grabbed a 2-0 shutout in Game 1, and the Twins returned the favor in Game 2. But Game 3 was a barn burner with the Twins holding off a late inning A's rally just enough for an 11-8 win. However, this A's lineup will look quite a bit different this time around. Their already crowded injured list now also includes Nick Kurtz and Tyler Soderstrom, their top 2 run producers. That pair combined for 125 RBI this season, 22% of the A's total offense. And finally, it's been 1 week since Luke Keeschall took over the leadoff spot, and boy, has he delivered. He's hitting .385, slugging .538, and has a .946 OPS. But if you go back a bit further to July 1st, his average, his on-base percentage, and OPS all put him in the top 3 of American League hitters with at least 160 plate appearances. So coming up, Zebby Matthews now has a turn to set the tone on the bump. Corey Provis and Trevor Plouffe have more on how he can build off his last outing in Atlanta. Get old.
Execution of his full pitches. I mean, fastball was good today. He was able to use the changeup, keeping guys. I think it's keeping guys off the barrel, and we're getting more swing and miss, which I think is important.
Twins have won each of Zebby Matthews' last 3 starts, and last time out against the Braves was very good. Welcome back to West Sacramento, everybody. Corey Provis alongside Trevor Plouffe. Twins and the A's Game 1 coming up here in just a bit. As for Zebby, he's pitched here before, but even going back to his last start against the Braves, the ground ball, that was a constant with Zebby last time out.
Yeah, that's what he has to do to have success. You know, limit the fly balls, limit the home runs. He did that. And how much confidence do you get, you know, going up against an offense like Atlanta and performing the way he did? 5 2/3, 1 earned run. The only blemish, the home run by Drake Baldwin. You've seen a bunch of swings and miss here on that slider. And as Derek Shelton said, keeping the ball off the barrel is so important. The slider was really, really working there. You know, if you go back, his last quality start was against the A's July 24th. 6 innings pitched there, only 2 earned runs. So he's looking to do that again. You know, like you mentioned, the ground balls are something that he has to focus on. He doesn't really have a sinker to do that, so he has to rely on the cutter, the slider. And against those Braves, 23 batters faced and 10 ground balls.
And we'll talk more about not just Zebby Matthews, but the Twins staff really kind of turning the page a little bit. The fly ball staff that really has dominated the profile for this team in the past is shifting a little bit here in 2026. Twins and the A's, Game 1 of 3 coming up next here on Twins TV. Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Progressive Insurance. Step up to the plate for savings. Visit Progressive.com. And by Ford. Visit local.ford.com or your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Like big deal meal today.
You want to live free?
Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Progressive. Blue skies and sunshine and warm temperatures here in Sacramento. Sutter Health Park, 92 degrees, but we are beginning right on time. Some Twins fans here at the ballpark as the A's are calling West Sacramento home last year, this year, and again next season as their new ballpark in Las Vegas is planning to open up in time for the 2028 season. Derek Shelton and the Twins And played well against the American League West and especially against the A's. The Twins have fared well in recent years. The Twins batting order is brought to you by Menards. We'll see Luke Keyshaw once again in the leadoff spot. Byron Buxton with Ryan Jeffers batting third. Josh Bell, his on-base streak ended yesterday. Cody Clemens, Royce Lewis, Kalen Culpepper, and Brooks Lee. Fantastic road trip so far. And Ryan Kreidler grew up not far from here in Davis, California, is starting at second base and batting ninth. And the Twins, Plouffe, get their second look at Jeffrey Springs this season.
Yeah, the left-hander, things have kind of been going the wrong way last couple of years. The K percentage down, the whiff rate down, in-zone contact up. He's a guy that's going to be fastball slider to the lefties, fastball changeup to the righties.
Against the Twins on July 26th, he lasted only an inning and a third as he left that outing early with discomfort in his hip and was later put on the injured list with that setback. The A's defensively, we'll talk about this group here, Plouffe, as the series plays out, but this was not what the A's had planned. So many key guys are down. Muncy, Bolte, Butler in the outfield. Tommy White, Jeff McNeil at the corners with Walton, Geloff, and Jonah Heim behind the plate. Jeff McNeil, he will play first base. All-star second baseman with the Mets in the past, but now with Nick Kurtz and his season-ending injury, plenty of McNeil at first base the rest of the way for the A's. Luke Keyshaw hitting .356 over his last 20 games. Facing Jeffrey Springs, the opening pitch is taken for a strike. And with that, we're underway here in West Sacramento. Keyshaw's hit safely in 6 straight and really thriving in this leadoff spot. To the alley in right center field. Butler over in the sunshine. Next to play, and Keyshaw lines out to Butler in right. So one down, and here comes Byron. Hitting just 140 extra base hits, one extra base hit rather, and is stuck in this home run drought. Is not homered over his last 96 plate appearances.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but you were talking about a buck homer before we started the broadcast here today.
I think he's going deep tonight.
Okay, get one in the air here. It's hot, the ball's flying.
Springs has allowed 29 home runs. That was the most home runs allowed by any American League pitcher. And he's tied for allowing the most earned runs of any American League pitcher as well, with Seth Lugo allowing 76 earned runs and 114 innings thrown.
You see the four-seamer sitting right around 91, 92. Lefty, typically you say, okay, this guy wants the ball down and away, but for his fastball to work, it has to be at the top of the zone to elicit soft contact, swing and miss. If it gets down in the zone, it's been getting hit.
Now 2-2 on a changeup from Springs, but the Twins are hoping to see his four-seam fastball tonight. Why? Because by some measures, in fact, in terms of baseball savant run value, it's been the worst pitch in the game. Minus 16 run value with his four-seam fastball this season. Now the 2-2. And Byron sees that fastball and slams it foul off the screen behind the plate.
Yeah, a guy like Springs, used that fastball to get you off the changeup and kind of change his speeds to get you in between pitches. If you really sit back, use the big part of the field, you should be able to have success against him.
Track that changeup well. Ball 3. Springs came off the IL and threw the ball well last time out in Kansas City. 5 2/3 innings, 2 runs, and did walk 3 as he took a no decision against the Royals. Jeffers on deck. 3-2, and that's strike 3 called, and Buxton will challenge.
Batter is challenging the strike call.
So Byron doesn't challenge too often. This one close. Automated balls and strikes are powered by T-Mobile, and Byron was correct. Little nod
Calls
there from the Buck truck.
Minnesota has 2 remaining.
And the Twins have a successful ABS challenge early tonight, and Byron's on base.
I think that's a welcome sign, is so far, first couple batters, the way they've taken that changeup there at the bottom of the zone, that's going to be something that we're going to be looking for from the Twins hitters in today's game.
Springs walking about 4 batters per 9. Ryan Jeffers. Couple of hits with a double in San Diego over the weekend. Twins offense out of the All-Star break scoring fewer than 4 runs per game. 3.8 to be exact. That is 10th in the American League. And this on the heels of what was a great storyline and stat for this team in the first half, leading the American League in scoring just under 5 runs per game.
And you're hoping that's just a lull and you kind of get back to that first half offense here.
Line to short and over the head of Donovan Walton, and Byron was stopped at second base. So Ryan Jeffers with a base hit to left, and the Twins have 2 on with 1 out for Josh Bell coming up. Springs has been prone to giving up runs early. 15 earned runs allowed in the opening inning this season.
Yeah, little cutter here, not a bad spot. And again, the Twins are going to be hunting that fastball down. Jeffers sees that out of the hand, pulls him in, and finds some outfield grass there. I thought Buck might try to take third base right there, but he's cautious.
Josh Bell. His on-base streak ended yesterday. 24 games he reached. Let's see if he can start a new one here tonight as he hammers one high and deep to left center. On the run goes Bolte to the track, to the wall. That ball is going to be in play. It's off the wall. Buxton scores. Jeffers being waved around now stops. He'll be at third base. It's a Josh Bell double. For now, it is a 1-0 Twins lead.
I thought I saw some net go right there. I want to see a replay of that. First pitch changeup. Bell gets the barrel on it. If he gets the barrel on it here, not typically staying in the park, but I don't see Shelty doing anything, so maybe they got it right.
The ball's alive and in play. This is a crew chief review for a potential home run.
So a key point there from the crew chief Alan Porter. This is not a manager's challenge. Any home run that can be initiated by the crew chief. In this case, the umpires get back together, and we'll take a look and see if this ball did hit the netting, and thus it would be a home run.
I mean, how about that bat path right there? Yeah, that's a homer. Oh my, if it hits any part of that net, is it a home run? I'm very curious how that works out there. Let's see.
Take a look here at a side angle. I was watching the third base umpire Alex McKay, and he made that sign early on saying it was a live ball.
In real time, I thought I saw the net go, but as we see the replays here, it looks like it did hit the top of the wall.
After review, the call is confirmed. Ball is alive and in play.
So the call is confirmed, and the umpires did a good job watching that live and the correct call. So off the very top of the wall, missing a 3-run homer by centimeters. It's an RBI double, and the Twins lead early.
It doesn't get any closer than that. First pitch change of that thing hung up there, and Bell was not waiting around.
Here's Cody Clemens. Lefties have hit Springs well this season. Outside for a ball. Cody, good series in San Diego. 3 for 10, a triple. He drove in 3 runs. Infield back, and the 1-0's outside, 2-0. But lefties hitting Springs for a .271 batting average and an OPS just under 900. Now, Twins have been a good first inning offense this season. Trying to add to that 1-run lead early. Jeffers at third, Bell at second. Now the 2-1. It's a foul ball. 2-2 on Cody.
I think something to look for as you're watching this game is how are the Twins taking pitches against Springs. If what we've seen so far is what's going to happen. It looks like they're seeing the ball well against him. And if you're Springs, that's not what you want to see. Your job is to keep people off balance, get him lunging out in front. And so far the Twins have been right on time, not offering it anything out of the zone.
Strikes out Clemens on a high fastball. So big out there, so 2 down. It's up to Royce Lewis. Let's go back to Josh Bell and watch Ryan Jeffers. So Buxton scores from second base easily, but watch Ramon Borrego at third base in the box, and Ryan Jeffers trailing Buxton here.
Yeah, Jeffers does exactly what he's supposed to do. Gets to second base. It looks like he's waving him, and then there's a last-second hold right there as the ball came in. And typically you do that, no outs. You don't want to, get into. Oh, I guess it was 1 out.
Look out! Jeffers hits the deck on the ground ball. Off the bat of Lewis. A little smile there from the veteran Twins catcher.
I think you hold there for a couple different reasons. 1 out, give Clemens a chance to drive him in. You have your catcher, running there, so you don't want to take a chance early on in the game like that.
Pass at that fastball. 0-2 now on Royce. Let's go back to the previous foul ball. He's in foul territory.
Hit the deck.
Well, in terms of generating a swing and miss against righties, Springs loves his changeup. He's got a fastball to the right side, and that ball will land out of play. But remember this from last year when the Twins played here in a 4-game series. Foul balls that are hit down the first and third base lines, there's no third deck here. That oftentimes what looks to be a ball that might land 7, 8, 9 rows into the seats often will come back and be playable for either the catcher or the corner infielders.
That's a good call. We had a couple of those last year, so if you're playing defense, you really just can't give up on the ball. Get to the fence, find it, and look to make a play on the ball.
22 pitches so far for Springs. Twins have 1 in, 2 on, 2 out. Nothing in 2 on Lewis. Driven to center field, but Bolte is right there. They'll squeeze it to end the inning. Twins are hoping for more, but they do start with 1 on a Bell RBI double.
Each quarter and up to $1,500 in purchases.
Place to discover.
Josh Bell, 78 RBIs now this season with his run-scoring double. 7th most in the American League. Mark Kotsay, you're number 5. Managing the A's, it's been a tough run here since June 1st, winning just 32% of their games, the lowest winning percentage in the game. The 4th batting order, Henry Bolte, he's been hot. He can fly, plays center field. Jeff McNeil also a hot bat here in the month of August. Geloff will bat 3rd at second base. Butler, White, Walton, Max Muncy, not the Dodgers, Max Muncy, Carlos Cortez, and Jonah Heim will catch, and Zebby Matthews on the mound. And the first pitch is paint at 95 for strike 1.
Yeah, we'll take a bunch more of those throughout the game. There is the Zebster, winner of 3 straight. He had a quality start last time out against the A's on July 24th.
Zebby's season numbers brought to you by CarShield. 0-2 now on Bolte. It's a 2nd-round pick by the A's in 2022. Hitting .325 here in the month of August. Ryan Jeffers behind the plate for Zebby here tonight.
Zebby with that slider that was so good against the Braves the last time out. Trying to get a chase here.
He's averaging about 5 runs per game at home this year. No chase there from Bolte on a breaking ball. Left side off the glove of Brooks Lee. Bolte will stay at first base on this fast and rock-hard infield. So Bolte has a leadoff single and a threat to run right away tonight.
I really like that sequence from Zeb right there. Slider, curveball, back to the slider. But as you mentioned, he gets the ground ball kind of in the wrong spot. But you see that big hop. And Dallas Braden, who does color commentary for the A's, came in here in our booth before before the game and just said this field gets so much play between the big leagues and the AAA team that dirt is hard and this infield is fast. The grass as well.
Bolte, 14 stolen bases, stays put, and ball one. Jeff McNeil, two-time All-Star with the Mets, won a batting championship in the National League in 2022, acquired in December from New York. And since the All-Star break, McNeil hitting .361. One on, nobody out. And just outside. McNeil playing first base because Nick Kurtz is out for the year.
McNeil's one of those guys that's played all over the diamond in his time in the big leagues. Long career. He's always been able to hit for average, versatile player. He really fits what the A's like to do.
So Zebby can get one to the ground here. Bolte stays, and the 2-1. It is a ground ball. Lewis will go to second base. They get the lead man. Culpepper back to first, and they're calling it a foul ball. So it is a foul ball. So the ball was in play, runners moving, but that did clip McNeil. So a foul ball, and it's 2-2, and Bolte back to first.
I was just about to give Royce so much credit. He's been so good at turning the double play, getting those throws on target and quick out of the mitt, but I guess we saw a little contact there. Or a good acting job. You never know.
Yeah.
Kind of got the all-star crew out here. Alan Porter behind the plate, Jim Wolf at first base.
Bolte enhances that lead a bit more, but stays. This is fair. To second from Kreidler, and Culpepper could not find the grip on his right hand, so no throw back to first. So Kreidler playing at his hometown at second base. And the Twins get the lead runner in Bolte. McNeil at first. Geloff coming up. Let's take a look at our keys to the game. As always, Plouffe brought to you by Toyota.
Yeah, let's snap this skid. I mean, look, really, when you think about it, yes, we're still in August. You could say dog days, but we got about 4 more weeks left in the season. So this third wild card spot is going to sort itself out. You got to get some dubs. And then Zebby keeping the ball on the ground is paramount, which we just saw right there with McNeil.
Big swing there from Geloff. Homegrown player, second-round pick by the A's in 2021. Batting just 188 here in the month of August and 0 for his last 18. Geloff, a guy that came up as a shortstop, but he has really bounced around. He's playing infield, he's playing outfield, really taking on that super utility role for Marcotte here.
Man, Zebby just reaches back and blows one right by him. 97. A little challenge pitch right there.
No balls and 2 strikes on Geloff. Got him on a slider. Now Zebby trying to find swing and miss to righties. It's either been his curveball or his slider to generate that swing and miss.
That's about as nasty as it gets, Corey. You get to 97, blow him up. You got to be ready for the fastball. That slider comes out looking just like a heater, bottom of the zone. Look at the vertical depth. There's nothing Geloff can do right there.
The A's swing of the first pitch at the second highest rate of any offense in the game. So Butler doesn't swing there, but keep that in mind as this series plays out, that the A's, they swing early and often. Butler 11 home runs, 10 have been hit here at home. Butler's had a good month. Offensively, he was struggling when the Twins and A's last met. He was batting near the bottom of the order. 1-2.
Now you can really tell with Lawrence here, he's got rid of a lot of pre-pitch movement. He's almost still in the box, trying to keep his barrel awareness there. See the hands just upright, just a little bit of wiggle to feel the hands, but he's just trying to go direct to the baseball.
stop there from Jeffers, keeping McNeil at first base.
Let me tell you, Corey, you always try to get back to where Butler's at now, where it's like, I know exactly where my barrel is at. Sometimes when you feel good, you can let it fly a little bit, you still get there. But once you start having, a couple series without hits, you find that I need to be still with my barrel and just deliver it.
Butler, a Georgia native, Atlanta area native, part of the Marquise Grissom Development Academy. Talked about that with Michael Harris II when the Braves were in town. Taj Bradley was a part of that Marquise Grissom program as well growing up. Chandler Simpson of the Rays and many more.
Sounds like a good development program.
And a guy leading that program,
yeah,
a heck of a career himself in Marquise Grissom.
Well, now you got me going to this baseball reference page, which is one of my favorite pastimes to do. 29.6 career WAR, 227 homers for Marquise.
20th pitch of the inning for Zebby Matthews. And Butler did not chase the changeup, and now McNeil will be off here 3-2.
I still think a well-placed fastball can get Butler right here.
Lewis playing behind McNeil at first base. Runner goes, and the 3-2 missed inside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk. And Butler is on. McNeil down to second, and here comes Tommy White. Twins saw him at Target Field, and he was barreling up the baseball throughout that series. He's homered twice this season, a rookie. It's a second-round pick by the A's in 2024.
I like the way Zebby's fastball looks today. Quick arm action. Getting up there to 97. And it's all about location, though.
White began the season as a top 10 prospect for MLB pipeline in the A's system. He'll play third, will also play some first. Well, the A's see a left-handed starter. Good pitch at the knees, 1-1.
Bottle that one up. 97 down in the zone.
2 on, 2 out, and the 1-1. Swinging a foul. Hung on to by Jeffers on a slider. And now Zebby and Jeffers have some options here.
They really could go anywhere. You can spot that fastball, top of the zone. You can go back, expand a little bit more with the slider. Maybe a little buckle curveball here. I'd go back to the slider, just expand it a little bit more.
The 1-2. Poked out to right field. Shallow. Keyshaw coming over and makes the play. So the A's do not score, leave 2. Twins maintain a 1-0 lead.
Time. Get it in the DQ app.
This Sunday, join the Twins and U.S. Bank for the first ever Target Field Teddy Bear Toss. Fun. Bring new and gently used teddy bears and throw them on the field after the game. And the bears will be distributed at Children's Minnesota and local nonprofits. Great idea. Learn more at twins.com/tickets. Great.
I like that one too.
Like after a hat trick, you throw the hats on the ice, and Sunday we're throwing teddy bears on the field. Love that. Kalen Culpepper hitting .289 to begin his big league career, 13 games in. Up the middle and through. Twins have their third hit. Leadoff man is on. Culpepper aboard. Brooks Lee is coming up. And for more of the switch hitting third baseman, here's Audra.
Yeah, guys, Brooks Lee is coming off a milestone afternoon in San Diego thanks to his 20th home run of the season. And 20 definitely means something to Brooks Lee. He says, once it was starting to get closer, he started to really realize and appreciate the significance of that benchmark. There's a reason people say, a 20 home run season, or he's a 20 home run kind of guy. He said the fact that it came on the 10th pitch of that at bat was just icing on the cake, especially because he didn't feel great after missing on a sinker right down the middle on that first pitch of the at-bat. But he said he continued to start seeing the pitches even better. And he said, he wasn't throwing junk. Those were pitches that he was executing, especially on that 10th one. He executed it great. I just executed it a bit better, and that is a great feeling. So he said 20 is really cool. Now let's just see where 20 can take me from here, guys.
Audra, thanks. That is a great number for Brooks Lee. And with that home run yesterday, became the 6th different switch hitter in Twins history to reach 20 homers in a year, joining Jorge Polanco, Chili Davis, Roy Smalley, Carlos Santana, and Eduardo Escobar. 2-1.
I was talking to Brooks about that a little bit in the clubhouse today. He goes, I've always just been a doubles guy. I said, well, that's what happens. You're a doubles guy, then you get up to the big leagues, learn how to pull the ball in the air a little bit more the right way, and you start to hit a few homers.
Hence Brian Dozier.
Yeah.
His minor league career, ton of doubles, and those doubles became homers.
And then those homers become a strikeout in the banana game. You know what I mean, Corey? Love you, BD. Just kidding, man.
Great line. Great line. In front of a sold-out crowd at Target Field.
Man.
Went down swinging, though. 3-1.
No, but you can see the confidence in Brooks and how he feels at the plate and in the field. Still, I feel like he's a younger guy, not truly a veteran, but I feel like he has a veteran presence to him in the locker room.
Culpepper, good lead, stays, and the 3-1. Chase ball 4 to change up. Culpepper hasn't stolen a base yet in the big leagues. Ryan Kreidler on deck. You want to see Culpepper move here 3-2?
I do, yeah, absolutely. I think Springs is a guy you can put the ball in play against. That's Brooks was kind of setting up for a heater right there, gets to change it away, so a tough swing. But I do expect him to put the ball in play.
Runner stays, 3-2, ripped to left field down the line, and that's a foul ball.
Springs looking right at you as a lefty. You understand that you can't get a huge jump. Got to make sure he goes home here, so it's not a direct steal per se. Culpepper stayed on that pitch. We'll see if he takes off here.
Springs has thrown over one time this at bat already. Runner stays, and Lee. See another 3-2 pitch.
This is where you just have to trust yourself as a hitter. Seen a couple changeups in a row. You have to stay on the fastball, protect against that changeup, use the big part of the field.
There's disengagement number 2, and now you can enhance that lead a bit more. If he throws over a third time, does not pick him off, it would be a balk, and Culpepper would be given second base automatically. Takes off. 3-2 pitch, popped up, foul. Here's another lengthy at bat from Brooks Lee, as we saw Culpepper take off that time.
He got a really good jump right here. I guess the way you can think about it with this 2 disengagements already, if you get a good jump, it's going to be hard even if he picks over for McNeil to turn and throw and get you at second base. So might as well just take off and go for it.
Once again, 3-2 pitch popped up. Shallow right, Butler coming in, and the first baseman can't make the play, and now no man's land is Culpepper, and nothing you can do about that. So he is forced out at second base as Brooks Lee is safe. So 1 out, 1 on for Ryan Kreidler. So McNeil 1 out with his back to the infield. Butler could not get there, and not much Culpepper could do there.
No, as a runner, you can't do anything right here. I mean, you got to get back close to the bag. You expect this ball to be caught. Geloff covering the base, so he's way over. Lawrence Butler way back. We saw from here that it looked like it was going to be trouble, but as a base runner, you have to be near the bag. You can't get doubled up right there.
So Lee now at first base, Culpepper out, and here is Ryan Kreidler back home. Grew up in nearby Davis, California. His dad Mark was a longtime columnist for the Sacramento Bee. Played collegiately at UCLA. We'll talk more about Kreidler's return home later on. 14 miles away. Lee at first base, and the 2-1 is strike two call. Just caught the bottom part of the zone. Alan Porter at the plate for the All-Star game. Philadelphia area native. Pretty cool that he got to have the plate for the All-Star game. Being back home as Kreidler strikes out. On a changeup, second strikeout for Springs. 2 down, it's up to Keyshaw.
A couple good pitches to Kreidler right there. This changeup down just gets him way out in front of it. He's trying to foul off a fastball on the outside part of the plate, but problem is that's the El Cambio.
A's starters are 0-6, ERA in the high fives over their last 14 games.
You know, all this, make of Keyshaw cutting the hair. I saw it today in person. Looks good. I'm okay with it.
Lee runs, ground ball to third. And Tommy White makes the play. And the inning is over. 1-0 here in West Sacramento. Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by Delta. From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton a walk and a first inning run. And that's the difference so far early on. Twins and the A's opening up a 3-game series. Twins at 63-68, the A's at 51-80. Donovan Walton began the season with the Angels, was let go and then claimed off waivers by the A's from the Angels back in mid-July. Did .234 as an A, 4 homers total, 1 with the A's. He's at shortstop for the injured Jacob Wilson. Oh, and 2. I mean, the injuries that the A's have dealt with this season are astounding. With Jacob Wilson, shortstop, out. Nick Kurtz, first baseman, out. Tyler Soderstrom, left fielder, out. Denzel Clark, center fielder, out. And the dirt came up and hit Walton on a curveball. And he will take his base. There's a mistake from Sebi. Spiking that 0-2 breaking ball.
You don't see that too often. I mean, this is a 55-footer right there from Seb. Ends up hitting it right in the back of the hamstring. I think Walton's saying the same thing. What just happened right there? That's a gift.
Shane Langoliers, great catcher. He's out with the knee injury.
Yeah, they've been decimated. It's been a rough summer of baseball for the A's, and that obviously has a huge reason for that.
Max Muncy, homegrown player, learning really a new position. Infielder now with all the injuries and where the A's are at. He's seeing more time in left field. He's 23 years old. Was born on August 25th. The other Max Muncy with the Dodgers, also born on August 25th, which is odd. Muncy's 23, this Max Muncy 23, the Dodgers Max Muncy 35. Both had the same birthday, and both were drafted by the A's. Come on.
It is really strange when you start to break down all the similarities right here. Didn't really get into it because Zebby made quick work from right there. Beautiful curveball to end that at bat.
Carlos Cortez DHing. He is 29 years old. Talked about Cortez when the A's were in town earlier this season. The Twins won 2 out of 3 back in July. Cortez is ambidextrous. When he plays the outfield, he'll throw left-handed. When he plays the infield, he throws right-handed. He bats left-handed. 0-2.
That's crazy. I want to know how he does everything. What does he bowl? What does he golf like? You know, what foot does he kick with? Okay, yeah. What does he brush his teeth with? Right or left? I go my right. Sometimes my left.
Really?
Well, yeah, you can switch that up, right? I think.
I don't think most people do.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Are you a shower guy? I brush my teeth in the shower. I don't know about you.
I do not.
That's interesting.
I do not.
I mean, come on, man.
I do not. This portion of Twins baseball brought to you by the Booth's Hygiene. Down at inside ball 1. No, I brush my teeth before I get in the shower.
Oh, that's insane, Corey. I mean, talk about wasting time. Like, let's do it all together. You get that nice warm water on you while you're brushing your teeth. You can just spit on the floor.
But do you like brushing your teeth with warm water? I would think most people like,
I don't know,
colder.
I don't really think about it, I guess.
1-2 on Cortez. And Zebby just missed.
Now you got me thinking, because I like a hot shower. I'm a 105 plus guy.
Okay. That, yeah, I agree.
All right.
I do like the cold rinse, though.
Oh, wow.
The show. Placed out to left. But right there is Cody Clemens. And Cortez lines out, so there are 2 down for Jonah Heim as the Twins lead 1-0. Well, you're watching here tonight, folks. You're on Twins TV, brought to you by Progressive. Tell us about your hygiene. What you do to brush your teeth in the shower. Any and all suggestions, ideas are welcomed here to Twins TV.
It could be a good segment, just asking guys, what are you doing? You know, when or where do you brush your teeth? Right or left-handed? Hopefully everybody's flossing.
Yep.
That's very important.
Very important. Jonah Heim is 5 for his last 50 and 1 for his last 31. 1-1. Began the year with Atlanta. He joined the A's in May. Walton at first base, 2 down. 1-2.
I'm curious to see where Zeb goes here. 1-2. Tall guy. I like to go upstairs on him with a fastball up.
Struck him out. Slider. So Zebby hits Walton but strikes out 2. The Twins maintain the
Place like here. Get tickets at twins.com.
Let's go back to last year. Twins in their inaugural trip to West Sacramento. Byron Buxton against Luis Severino. The A's had a big night. June 2nd. Drove in 5 runs, tying a career high. It was a 4-game series. Twins won 3 out of 4. Outscored the A's 26-8. And Buxton is going to add 2 his night as he hits one off the wall. And will make second base and a leadoff double. So a walk and a double. And the Buck truck is making things happen here tonight in game 1.
You know, slider here, first pitch, and Buck not waiting around. Down and in, not a bad pitch, but Buck just dropping the head on it right here. You see here, Max Muncy hits that huge warning track out there and then has some trouble staying on his feet. Buck was going to get the second no matter what there. I thought he might ramp it up.
Just the second extra base hit for Byron here in the second half of the season. Leadoff double. Ryan Jeffers 1 for 1. Springs overall making his 24th start of the season here tonight. Twins as a team against left-handed pitching are hitting below 240, 236 to be exact, 23rd in baseball. But the numbers have turned for a few guys here the last really 3-4 weeks. Royce Lewis better numbers against lefties. Same for Bell, Keyshaw. The 1-2 to Jeffers, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, this has been an interesting at bat for Jeffers. It almost looks like he's sitting off speed, changeup. He took that first pitch fastball, or the first strike fastball. He's been late on the next two. Looks like he's looking changeup or slider away.
But that had the makings go. The shooter right there.
Yeah.
Change up away. 2 strikes.
Get 3 heaters in a row, then you kind of get back on the fastball. So this is the game that Springs wants to play, keeping guys guessing, keeping them, you know, keeping their timing off.
Punches it on the ground to first, and McNeil to the bag, takes the out as Buxton advances down to third. So Jeffers retired, 1 down. Josh Bell coming up. Let's see if the A's bring the infield in.
Looks like they will. Interesting at bat for Jeffers right there, but does, you know, get the job done. Moves Byron over to third base. First pitch changeup to Bell, last at bat. We'll see where Springs goes here.
RBI double for Josh in the first inning. Inside ball 1. Bell is on pace to drive in 95 runs, which would be the second most of his career, and the most by any Twin since Jorge Polanco drove in 98 in 2021. Bell's career high set in 2019 drove in 116 runs.
Sheesh. See Springs, this is his windup, and if Buck is feeling right, that could be a dangerous thing for him.
Check swing and no swing, says Jim Wolf. So 3 really out of the zone here. Working around Bell, got the lefty and Clemens on deck. See if Josh gets anything to hit here. 3-0. Fastball top of the zone for strike 1.
I don't think we see another one of those 3-1. I think we go back to a changeup or something to chase.
Clemens on deck. Cued first base side. Buxton coming home. He will score sliding as McNeil takes the out. So Buxton running well. Coming down the line to third. Bell picks up his second RBI tonight. And it's 2-0.
It's interesting. I mean, you play the infield in all you want. You're only going to get Buck if it's hit hard right at somebody, and you know, have Springs in the windup so Buck can kind of get a walking lead there if he wants to. You know, Bell does the job right there. A couple interesting at bats by him and Jeffers, but Twins get another run.
So the Twins lead by 2. 2 down. Bases empty. Cody Clemens struck out his first time and lines out to McNeil here in the third. But a Buxton double and another RBI from Josh Bell, and the Twins have a 2-0 lead. We'll keep it here for tonight's Twins Insider. Yesterday I sat down with Twins pitching coach Pete Mackey to discuss many things, including his philosophy with the staff trying to induce more ground balls here in 2026.
You look at each guy and you say, like, all right, where's your fastball playing best? What are the hitters telling us? You know, you find with some guys like, hey, man, like setting the lane down is good for you. And, you know, it's less damage down, you know, good old down and away, which was, you know, it's been popular for about 130 years. And then in the late 2010s, early 2020s, the carry was cool and pitching up top was cool and it was working. But I mean, I think there's more hitters out there who are adept at covering the top. So just having versatility to be able to shoot heaters down, I think is what's leading to some increasing ground ball rates for us. But it's not a stated goal. It's like, we need to be X% better ground ball rate this year as a staff. That's not been a stated goal, but it's a byproduct of like, hey man, your heater's playing good when it's down, and it also helps out these other pitches that start in that same tunnel and window, which is, you know, that can't be understated either. It's like, if a guy's got to respect a fastball at his kneecaps, they're more likely to go at some stuff that starts at his kneecaps and goes below.
Yeah, some good insight there with Pete Mackey, Twins pitching coach, and you know, Zebby on the mound tonight. Good ground ball numbers. Connor Prelip, ground ball numbers. When Pablo's healthy, he can do that. So we're seeing just a little bit of a shift from what's been a pretty dominant fly ball staff around this Twins team for a while.
I mean, it's actually really refreshing to hear Pete talk like that, because as he mentioned, you know, fastballs down the way have worked for a long time. And yes, you can have success, some guys at the top of the zone, but your margin for error is so much less up there. And like he said, you start to elicit more chase with your other pitches if you're able to spot fastballs at the bottom of the zone. If a guy's sights are set up top and then you start to throw a slider and that starts at your knees, you're not going to off-red it because that's not where your sights are at. So yeah, I mean, the game is changing kind of back to where we were, you know, before a lot of the analytical revolution came in. Defense is playing, base running is playing, stolen bases are up, and now ground balls are back in fashion.
It's just not that the Twins are saying, hey, from by the time you're drafted in the minor leagues till you get to the big leagues, as Bolte leads off the third with the base hit. He's 2 for 2. That we're going to start incorporating sinkers. Everybody, hey, start incorporating a sinker. You're not seeing that. Yes, a few guys might sprinkle in a sinker or two. Zebby before tonight, 5 sinkers total his last 2 starts, but just better placement and mixing that with the off-speed stuff.
Location always plays. I mean, if you're able to spot up and kind of sequence off of that, I mean, that's what a good pitcher does. So, you know, as much as you want a guy to get up there and have great stuff all the time, location still is the #1 thing to get hitters out with.
Slider there, swing and a miss on McNeil. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Punch to center field and a base hit. And Bolte down to second. So McNeil is on. And the A's have 2 on, nobody out. For Zach Geloff. Zebby struck out Geloff on 3 pitches in the opening inning.
Yeah, that kind of looks like every Jeff McNeil at bat ever right there. Just finding a way to get his barrel on the ball and finding some outfield grass here. He's been doing that for a long time.
Geloff hitting .271 with runners in scoring position. Shows bunt and makes contact, and that's a foul ball.
There's another thing that's kind of come back into fashion, you know, bunting, moving runners over. And not always just to move guys, but make the defense work, make them make a play. Something that we talk about all the time. You know, it's very difficult to practice fielding bunts during the season. Nobody does that.
Checked his swing and no swing. Jim Wolf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Take a look at the swing. The first base side. No swing. Good pitch. 1-2.
Jim Wolf was just in my neighborhood celebrating his brother Randy's 50th birthday. Shout out the Wolf brothers.
Randy Wolf, veteran left-handed starter for a long time. 2-2. And Randy Wolf, a guy that he would call his own game. And he'd use his glove and kind of just make the sign to the catcher. Just missed out it inside. Now 3-2 on Geloff.
I mean, Alan Porter behind the plate's been incredible. That's just such a good pitch right there. It is off the plate. See where Zebby goes here. 3-2. He's got confidence to throw an off-speed pitch if he wants to go and try to dial up 97 again.
Bolte at second, McNeil at first. Nobody out. Runner stay. Do it again.
Pretty good pitch right there, Corey. 97 at the bottom of the zone. Geloff just able to get a piece of it. And so that pitch is bottom of the zone. He offers at it. If you can throw a slider at the bottom of the zone, come out the same tunnel, it's a strikeout.
To third, Lee with the pick on the short hop. Second, Kreidler on to first. The Twins turn 2. Nifty double play turned by the Twins, especially Brooks Lee playing that tough, tricky hop off the bag at third.
This is so good. This is going to be our unreal defensive play of the game. He kind of gets caught flat-footed, but then realizes, I got to go get that thing. Let me go get the short hop. He waits for it. This is almost an in-between hop, but at the last second, you see him scoop the glove forward to get the shorter hop. A nice feed over there to Kreidler to get the double play, and what a pitch by Zebby.
Inducing that ball on the ground. As we've talked about with Matthews tonight, really quite a bit this season. Ball one to Lawrence Butler, a walk in the first.
You know, we talked about this infield being hard. It's playing fast, so when you get a chopper like that, I think that's why Brooks was kind of caught in between there. That kind of took off that hop there. That first hop was a little bit more exaggerated than he's probably used to. He was going to play it back, but it kept coming towards him. Beautiful scoop with the hands right there.
Zebby, by the way, to get that ground ball, it was a low slider. It wasn't a sinker, just a slider down. Two and two as the helmet comes off on a big cut on a cutter. Lawrence Butler, a guy that's averaged around 21 homers each of the last 2 seasons, has 11 this year. And many of them here at home. The 2-2. Ground ball deflects off Matthews. Culpepper finds the ball, now loses it, and a run is in. Bolte scores, and the Twins lead trimmed to 1.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. It looked like KC was right there, going to have this one. Zebby puts the glove down, because that's what you're supposed to do. You can't just get out of the way of these balls, but just redirects it. Culpepper's backhand side. Even if he got up through this cleanly, I think Lawrence is going to be safe there at first base.
Yeah, he had no play anywhere at that point. Really a wise decision not to even force a throw there. Just to eat that one, and Butler drives in his 39th run. Here's Tommy White. Flat out to Keyshaw in the first. To short, here's Culpepper. And he throws him out, inning over. A's score 1 on 3 hits. Well, the A's, it could have been a bigger inning, but a great defensive play from Brooks Lee on a double play turned by the Twins. And that's a 2-1 game, with Lee coming up third in a moment. Twins are back home on Friday night to see the Chicago White Sox. It'll be Yacht Rock night at the ballpark on Friday. Catch the smooth sounds of a pregame Yacht Rock cover band. And plus, we are fired up, everybody is, to score one of these captain's hats with a special ticket package. And stick around for a postgame fireworks show. Get your tickets now at twins.com/yachtrock. A lot of buzz about those captain hats.
I need.
That's what I keep hearing.
Hat.
Everybody needs a hat. Glenn Perkins needs a hat. Everybody needs a hat.
You're going to be cruising around Minnetonka, and everyone's going to have those hats on.
Right. Some Yacht Rock music in the background, and looking sharp on the lakes with your Twins captain's hat on Yacht Rock night.
You could wear it for a broadcast, too.
Great. There he is. There's our captain.
That hat would go perfect with that shirt.
Lewis in the air to left center. And room for Bolte. Royce flies out to Bolte for the second time tonight. Glenn Perkins, by the way, outstanding in all seriousness. Great captain.
Oh, yeah.
On the boat.
Yeah.
That dude.
This guy grew up on the water.
On the water.
He doesn't fish anymore. I was talking about that earlier today.
He might pick up surfing coming up here in the near future.
You know what? I was going to make a joke, but I think he'd be a great longboarder. I think he's... Let me tell you something about Glenn Perkins. If he puts his mind to something, usually he gets really good at it. He's got one of those engineer minds.
So kind of the old the line from Back to the Future with Doc Brown. Put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
You know, I'm not a Back to the Future guy.
So that's Marty.
Yeah, I need to get on that. I'm at the point in my life now where I'm starting to watch some of my favorite movies with my kids.
Yeah.
We watched Big Daddy the other day.
Great
so
movie.
good. Yeah.
How often is Teddy saying, "Can you get the kid a Happy Meal? Can you get the kid a Happy Meal?"
Yeah. The 11 o'clock McDonald's order doesn't work. It's 10:30. Everybody knows that. Now they get breakfast all day.
Brooks Lee on deck. Wins by 1 here in the 4th inning. A's have won back-to-back games. They haven't won 3 straight since they won 4 straight back in early June. And Culpepper to short. But Donovan Walton is there. Throws out a hustling Culpepper by a step and a half. And there are 2 down.
And there's the guy that'll be teaching Glenn Perkins how to serve, Brooks Lee. I got a call. Put me in the book here, Core.
Okay, here we go. Brooks Lee's homered in back-to-back games. Drills it to left, down the line, in the corner, but playable for Muncy. Close. He heard you.
Me and you
Sorry,
both, Royce.
Brooksy. Alex Kirilloff, we're trying, buddy.
On DirecTV.
Let's go around the show and take a look at some action from earlier. Jonathan Aranda against Framber Valdez. He went deep out to right, and the Rays beat the Tigers 4-1. Tigers have lost 6 straight and 9 out of 10, dropped to 61 and 70. Tigers, by the way, home this week to the Rays and the Dodgers, and Tarek Skubal is lined up to pitch at Comerica Park this weekend.
You think he gets some boos? Do you think he gets some cheers?
I think he gets cheers.
I do too. He didn't choose to leave.
So I think we will get the line, and I never believe this. and former player here, that when a guy gets traded and he goes to his old ballpark, I had no idea where the visiting clubhouse was. Really? Really?
Who says that?
That's what you hear all the time. Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure where to go. I was so used to going left, and I didn't realize, I guess I can go right. You hear that all the time. It's always, I wasn't sure where the visiting clubhouse used to be. Well, take a guess.
I can see you just accidentally going to the home clubhouse on accident, just because that's what you've done your whole
Understandable.
career. You know where the
but you know where the visiting clubhouse is.
Yeah, you
yes.
do.
It's just the other side.
That's so true.
It's not going to be tucked away outside of Sacramento. It's not going to be tucked away in the outfield. Over the head of Kreidler. And Max Muncy. Mentioned this is a team that swings early. And a soft single from the A's left fielder. And the tying run is on here in the fourth.
Fastball top of the zone, does a good job keeping his hands inside the ball. Kreidler got up right there. I thought he might have a chance. How about another ground ball right here? Oh, Alan Porter's not happy. The music is continuing to play, and Al is not happy about it.
Now start the clock. Cortez lined out to left in the second. Strong dude. He's having a great night. Good umpire. Muncy at first base in a one-run game. Muncy has stolen 3 bases. A's as a team, 68 stolen bases, tied for 21st in baseball. One and two. So there's the sinker. So he throws it enough, right, for the hitters that they have to at least acknowledge it?
I mean, it's on the scouting report. It's been about 4 per game. I mean, that's nasty 2 pitches in a row right there. Fastball top of the zone, 4-seamer. You get him to swing through, then he goes sinker 96 on the bottom. I thought he might go change up off of that. He ends up going to the slider for the foul ball. I think you can go top of the zone here with the fastball. I think you can go back to the changeup, try to get that double play ball. That stuff has looked great.
Sorry, he's actually thrown 5, make that 6 sinkers so far alone tonight. Struck came out on a slider. 4th strikeout for Zebby, and there were 2 down for Jonah Heim.
The arm action for Zebby looks, it's just hard, and everything is coming out of the same spot right now. And that's why you're seeing swings like that on that slider that was up in the zone, probably not where he wanted it, but again, the arm action good enough to fool Cortez, get him off of his timing.
His slider harder tonight. All 4 of his strikeouts have come with his slider.
That sounded like a new pitch, a slider. A harder slider?
Yep.
I'm in.
We're all, again.
I'm in on
Mike
that.
Petriello, he watches every day. Baseball savant creator. We're onto something.
That's really good. It's like a slurve, but you just throw the slider a little bit harder for the slider.
Yeah, I'm going to be careful not mixing slider and cutter. We're just going to move on. So, 1 ball, 1 strike on Jonah Heim. Here comes his 70th pitch. Skips off the mound to Culpepper. Looks at second. Instead will make the throw, and the inning is over. On to the 5th here in West Sacramento. Twins by 1.
.com.
It's a special series for Ryan Kreidler, who grew up about 15 minutes away from here, playing Little League for Davis, California, and came on to play a couple high school games here at this exact ballpark. So a very full circle moment for Kreidler. When he thinks back to those Little League days, he thinks about snow cones, because the Davis Association had an incentive program where if you track down a foul ball, you could turn it in for a free snow cone. So Ryan told me he was that kid running all over the complex trying to track down as many foul balls as he could so he can get as many snow cones as he could. But back then, little did he know how instrumental that complex would be in his big league career, because the city of Davis doesn't have a full baseball facility, but the Little League field has a batting cage. So in college, in the minor leagues, even all the way up until last year, he'd come home and hit at that Little League field. He'd go early in the morning or late at night so that he didn't get in the way. But he said, you know, sometimes there would be people there wondering, who is this random grown man hitting in a Little League batting cage? But that's how he got his workouts in, and he said he always appreciated being back at the place that was so important to his entire baseball career, guys.
That's awesome, Audra. Thank you. And with the Little League World Series taking place right now, you just think about those moments. I'm sure you think back to, Trevor, to your time growing up and playing Little League ball. And there's still that connection as Kreidler crushes to left, down the line, back it goes, and welcome home Ryan Kreidler. Long home run here in West Sacramento. And the Davis, California native. And the Twins regain a 2-run lead.
That is just so good. Firing up the Kreidler fan base in the stands. He's had some awkward swings today. This one was not. Puts it up in the air, 104 off of the bat, and this thing was gone, and he knew it right away. So good. Talk about some home cooking. Have your family and friends here. There's something just special about being around where you grew up and playing Major League Baseball. I'm happy for Mr. Kreidler.
His first home run in nearly 2 months. His last home run came on June 28th at home against Colorado. The Twins lead by 2. Kreidler with his 6th. Springs now has allowed 30 home runs, most of the American League. 1-2 now on Keyshaw.
I mean, that thing was over the lights. I couldn't even see where it landed. Got a little bit of twilight here, but an absolute moonshot.
The A's have allowed 125 home runs here at home, which is 23 more than any other team and the 3rd most in athletics history. They allowed 125 total last year. And still a month left to play here in the regular season. A month to change for that matter. The all-time franchise record, you have to go back to the Kansas City A's days, was set back in 1964. That was when the franchise allowed 132 home runs. So we will see a brand new franchise record set this season. Check swing. Keyshaw went that time, says Jim Wolf. And the 3rd strikeout. Oh, the ball saying it got away, and Keyshaw's running. And now Alan Porter pumps his right fist and saying it isn't out.
I don't mind that from Keish. Thought maybe that bounced right there. It did not.
Third strikeout for Springs, and now Buxton. Aggressive cut. Byron's been on twice, a double, a walk. He has scored twice.
Going back to Kreidler hitting at his Little League field and kind of feeling, weird about it. I guarantee every guy you talk to remembers the first time they saw a big leaguer hitting at a facility that they were at. For me, it's Brad Fulmer. I don't know if you remember that name. He'd go to Northridge Little League and hit in the cages, and you're like, oh my gosh, like a big leaguer is hitting where I hit, and like you start to think it's attainable for the first time in your life, instead of just like these guys that are superhumans and you'll never be that. So I think it's awesome. And if you ever see a guy hitting at your facility, go ahead and say hi to him. They'll appreciate it.
Brandon Wigley left side, tough play. Here is charging, throwing, no chance. Tommy White and Byron Buxton. He is running really well tonight. He is running hard on the base paths, moving well, and he reaches for the third time in 5 innings.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy Tank should just put that one in his back pocket. A little jailbreak out in front, Buck getting down the line, about 4 strides total. It's crazy. Love watching him run. Jeff McNeil's like, how do you do it?
31.1 feet per second. That is very, very elite speed. And Buxton, and it's such a funny thing because yesterday in San Diego, it didn't look like he was running well at all. And then here we are a day later, a night game, and he's moving great.
We had it 4-1-1 to first base right there. That's burning. That's a fast lefty out of the box, let alone a right-handed guy.
Pitch number 80 coming up for Jeffrey Springs. Ryan Jeffers is 1 for 2. White Sox lost tonight. Texas beat Chicago 11-2. Twins have a chance to pick up a game in the Central with a win tonight.
About to say Jeffers has looked very, very passive at the plate tonight, and then right there he finally took what I'd call an A swing on that slider.
Buxton stays, and the 2-2 is high, and a full count. Now Twins and Buxton were in this spot yesterday. It was the 4th inning. Bell was batting. Walker Buehler, ground ball after ground ball. Byron was at first base, did not run. Bell hit into a ground ball double play. Byron stays here, 3-2, and Jeffers tracks low ball 4. And the Twins have 2 on. And here comes the aforementioned switch hitting DH, who has knocked in 2 runs already tonight.
Yeah, a couple really nice takes from Jeffers there. Fastball up. You see that fastball, you want to offer at it, but that's exactly what Springs is looking for. You to chase at the top of the zone, then he gets a change up down below that. The passive approach working for Jeffers, and now, like you mentioned, you got Bell up there, 2 runners on here with a chance to extend the lead.
From Twins territory to the world, Delta, official airline of the Minnesota Twins.
A's bullpen beginning to move here in the 5th inning. Hayden Younger. He's beginning to warm up. Bell an RBI double and a run scoring ground out. Ball 1. .349 with runners in scoring position for Josh Bell, sitting on 79 runs batted in this season. Bell launches to center field. Bolte will have a play right near the warning track. Buxton tags on to third base as Bell flies out. Jeffers stays put, so 2 down. And here comes Cody Clemens, 0 for 2 against Springs here tonight. Let's flash back, though, to earlier this season. Speaking of Little League Baseball, Cody Clemens on July 26th hit a Little League home run against the A's in Jeffrey Springs.
Take him any way you can get him right there. Nice stroke into the alley, end up just cruising around the base pass.
Triple and an error. And Cody scored. 92 for strike one. Clemens 0 for 2 tonight. One in, 2 on, 2 out. Twins by 2, 5th inning.
Got a little bit of action in the A's bullpen. Wondering if this could be Spring's last guy here.
I would imagine so, with Royce on deck and the righty up in the bullpen. Ball at 2 strikes now. The Twins left fielder Cody Clemens. The lone true lefty in the starting lineup here tonight. Progressive wire cam. Byron Buxton at third base. Ryan Jeffers at first. Jeffers running, ground ball, right side base hit, right center. Buxton scores, Jeffers to third base, and Cody Clemens a 2-out run scoring single. It's now 4-1 Twins.
You know, those are backbreakers right there, those 2-out knocks. It is going to be it for Springs. A nice job by Cody, using the big part of the field, finding some outfield grass, driving in a run. Here comes Kotzeb.
So Jeffers on the move with 2 strikes, and Clemens on the ground and past the diving body of Geloff. And the Twins have scored twice and hopefully not done. 2 on, 2 out. And Lewis coming up as the Twins will try and add on against the A's pen.
The dad.
Nothing outshines a blue moon.
Cody Clemens up to 65 runs batted in, a 2-out run scoring knock, bringing home Byron Buxton. The Twins now lead 4-1. Hayden Yinger is on a pitch now for the A's, acquired from Toronto in June. ERA over 7. And Royce Lewis on a high pitch will be charged with a swing and a strike. 1-1 on Royce, who's 0 for 2 tonight. And hitless so far on the road trip, 0 for 12. Runner goes, ground ball to third. White with the pick, high throw pulled down by McNeil. Inning over, but the Twins at 2, a Clemens RBI single, and a swing that Ryan Kreidler will never forget. Welcome home to Ryan Kreidler. Family and friends on hand. His 6th home run, and the Twins.
No place like here. Get tickets at twins.com.
StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. Zebby Matthews so far through 4 innings, 15 whiffs, and that ties a season high 7 of the 15 with a slider.
Yeah, 5 different pitches, getting those whiffs. I've been saying the arm action looks so good on his pitches, throwing with a lot of conviction, spotting the ball up. He's looked great tonight.
See the A's now for a 3rd time through. Bolte, McNeil, and Geloff. Bolte 2 for 2, 2 singles. Is that sinker in? That's a 1-ball, 1-strike count, so the sinker usage is up quite a bit for Matthews here tonight.
And that one especially, the Bolte tying him up inside. You got a guy looking for the heater, he gets it, but ends up moving towards the body.
Softly right side, and Kreidler is there. And Bolte is out number 1.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino is the exclusive casino partner of the Minnesota Twins. Visit TICasino.com to learn more about Minnesota's destination fun.
Back here in West Sacramento, Corey Provis, Trevor Plouffe, Audra Martin, producer Rick Palermo, director Jordan Austin, our award-winning Twins TV team. And McNeil with another base hit. His 2nd tonight.
And Said it the last time he got a hit. It looks exactly a carbon copy. This one hit a little bit harder, but a line drive back up the middle. This is what Jeff McNeil does. Looks like another sinker just down and away, and pretty swing, stays right through the baseball.
34 years old, a career .281 hitter. Here's Jeff McNeil. Geloff 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground ball double play. Mentioned at the top, the Twins have played well against the American League West, going 13-8. Entering this series. Speaking of the American League West, Seattle is a hot team right now, playing at home against the Phillies. The Rangers right now lead the West, a half game in front of Houston. Ground ball back to Matthews. To Kreidler. And for the second time tonight, Zach Geloff bounces into an inning-ending double play. That one goes 1-4-3. Minnesota Twins baseball is presented by your local Toyota dealers. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Back here at Sutter Health Park, the temporary home of the Athletics and the home of the Giants AAA team, the Sacramento River Cats. Twins have a 4-1 lead out of the 6th inning. And Hayden Yinger got the final out of the 5th, back out for the 6th. And Kalen Culpepper leads off. I didn't realize in chatting with Kalen in the dugout during BP earlier today that he was switch hitting most of his life until he got to college. At Kansas State, he was switch hitting throughout his high school career. And he wore a variety of numbers over his career at the high school level, college level. He is just 5 with 12. Why? Because his favorite player growing up, Francisco Lindor. There's number 12. And he said, yeah, I enjoyed hitting left-handed, but no home runs hitting left-handed. So when he got to college, they said, let's just hit right-handed. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Shattered bat, and that's a fair ball. Good athlete there to Alex McKay. Third base umpire Culpepper giving it a look, and he will stay at first base in a leadoff single. And another multi-hit game for the rookie Kalen Culpepper.
I'm not really sure what McKay was doing here. You see Culpepper really pull the hands in, breaks his bat here. That's why he wasn't out of the box. But I think he doesn't run initially because McKay doesn't do anything. He kind of just stands there. Then all of a sudden we see the karate kick jump right there. And because Culpepper didn't really get out of the box, he got fooled. He ends up with a single.
So 2 hits tonight, and the leadoff man is on, Brooks Lee. Batting left-handed for the first time.
I guarantee in the umpire's room later today, they're going to be talking about that jump right there. I think Jim Wolf's still laughing. You see him right now? He's looking over there laughing at him.
To the left side, diving stop made, and the ball comes free. Donovan Walton, great effort to glove it. Then the transition from glove to hand, the ball jarred free. And Brooks Lee with a single. The Twins have 2 on.
I mean, it's just like an excellent baseball play all the way around right there. Walton almost does it. Culpepper sees that he might have to slide in there. He does go head first. But Brooks Lee ends up with a base knock.
So now Ryan Kreidler, back at his hometown, hit a home run in the 5th inning. His 3rd at bat tonight. Bunts in front of the plate. They go to third, and it's not in time. A little hesitation there from Jonah Heim, and Culpepper advances to third, and the Twins load the bases.
See what Kotz does here if they want to challenge. I think Culpepper beat it, but Kreidler. Slide Kreidler right here. That's not what he's trying to do. He's trying to bunt for a base hit right there. Trying to bring in the third baseman. Ends up just getting it off the end of the bat, so he deadens it right in front of Heim. But again, the defense have to make a play. Heim, there's no spin on that ball, no nothing. So he has to pick it up, kind of rattles around the hand, and all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody out.
So Kreidler on for the second time here tonight. Reaching out the fielder's choice, Keyshaw. Hitless no more, down the left field line. And that ball's going to find the corner. Culpepper scores. Here comes Lee. Kreidler stops at third. And Luke Keyshaw breaks it wide open with a sixth inning, two-run double. And the Twins lead 6-1.
And this is exactly what you need to do if you're the Twins offense. Take advantage of extra 90 feet. See Keish here pulling the hands in, and that is how you pull the baseball, people. Get to the inside part of the ball, catch it out in front. And that third baseline's been getting a lot of work in this inning. You see Ramon all the way down there, about halfway, waving everybody home. Just a beautiful swing by Keyshaw and a great inning for the Twins so far.
20th double this season for Keyshaw. Dan Hubbs is the interim pitching coach as the A's let go of Scott Emerson earlier this season. Cade Morris, righty, is warming up in the bullpen. So 2 in, 2 on, and nobody out. And the Twins lead by 5. And here comes Byron Buxton, who's had a big night, hoping to add to it. He's been on 3 times. He has scored 3 runs, a single, a double, a walk. Field about halfway.
I'm interested to see how they play. I doubt they go contact here. Probably a see-it-through situation. Up 5 runs already. Nobody out. But Buxton's not thinking about that. He's looking to elevate.
A high pop-up. Shallow center. Bolte with the catch. And Kreidler holds as the throw comes in. So 1 away. Runners stay put. And here comes Ryan Jeffers, who's been on twice.
Same situation here, and I think now you do go contact.
With 1 out?
Yes.
Save there from Heim. How much does, not so much Jeffers and where the ball is, but who's on deck? And Josh Bell has been so good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Would that factor in?
It definitely can. I think you just kind of stick to what the numbers say, especially in these situations. You don't really get away from that too often. Because if they really wanted to, they could just walk Josh and create a bases loaded situation with 2 outs.
Great count for Jeffers, who's had 2-0 last time before walking and now had 3-0. And does he get anything to hit here? As the base is open.
I like where his head's at. You just look at him. He looks so stoic in the box right now. Nice deep breath right there.
Kreidler at third, Keyshaw at second. 1 out. Ball 4. And Jeffers walks for the second time, and here comes Bell with the bases loaded. And here comes Marcotte. So the Twins have 2 in, 3 on, and still just 1 out. And Josh Bell has knocked in 2 runs already tonight. It's coming up with 3 on when we come back. Now, Twins having a good time so far tonight, and LaTroy Hawkins, you bet. Michael Jackson, some Thriller playing in the background, and look, Gary, Indiana, right there. Jackson family, Jackson 5, Gary, Indiana. Frank.
Oh my! Oh my goodness! The bullpen. It's an interesting place, Corey.
They are a group, aren't they? Cade Morris, a rookie, on for the 4th time in his big league career. Josh Bell with 1 out, bases loaded. Takes low for ball 1. Bell 2 career grand slams, his last one coming in 2021.
You see Cade with the 6-pitch mix right there. Kind of a lower arm angle. Lefties are going to see the sinker, 4-seamer, slider. But we were talking, not a great spot to come in if you're Cade Morris. Base is loaded with one of the better RBI men in all of baseball up.
Kotze hoping that Morris can induce a ground ball. That's what he's done in a small sample so far to begin his big league career. He's also a top prospect, 11th ranked prospect in the A system per MLB Pipeline, but now behind Bell, 3-1.
Yeah, there's some movement there, no doubt.
A swing and a fly ball into left field, sending Muncy back to the wall. Has just enough room to make the catch. And Kreidler sprinting home, tags and scores. And the Twins lead 7-1 on a sac fly from Bell and his 3rd RBI tonight.
He's just missed a few homers. One off the top of the wall. This one was 100 off the bat to the opposite field. I think Amico and Trev right there saying, "Did you get that ball?" Ends up being a sac fly, and the Twins will take it.
So a 3-run 6th, and now Cody Clemens over his last 8 games. How about 5 2-out runs batted in? Added to that with his swing in the 5th. As Morris misses high, crossed up behind there for a moment. A's bullpen entering the series, the highest ERA in baseball at 5.66 is the bullpen ERA. One and two.
I mean, you can see the promise with a guy like Cade Morris here. That sinker moving a ton, a great changeup right there. You got the kind of lanky frame, 23-degree arm angle. He does induce a ton of ground balls. It's about being in the zone, or at least getting guys to offer. He can't be giving up the free passes that he has done this season.
Starter in the minor leagues, 16 starts. AAA Las Vegas this season. The 1-2 to Clemens. That'll be a souvenir. Twins tonight doing what they could not do much in San Diego, especially Saturday. Score early, but then add on. They've done that tonight so far. Kicks up high, and Heim, no throw down to third base as Keyshaw saw that happening and advances 90 feet.
Yeah, Heim having an interesting time Got crossed up on that one above the zone, and I don't know exactly what that hit right there to get it to bounce so high.
So Keyshaw to third, Jeffers State put it first, and now 2-2 on Cody. Got him. On a changeup down. Ends the inning, but the Twins bat 8 and scored 3 runs, and Luke Keyshaw thriving in this leadoff spot. It came around once again. A 2-run double, and the Twins lead 7-1. Welcome back. My Twins season ticket members can score postseason priority for as little as $100 with the Playoff Push Plan. Your Playoff Push Plan gives you exclusive pre-sale access to discounted playoff tickets before the general public. Plus, receive a bank of credit to use for the remainder of the 2026 regular season. Learn more at twins.com/playoff push plan. Trevor Plouffe will be back at Target Field, hopefully for the playoff push. And it continues next month in September when the Twins take on the Yankees. And number 24 will be back in the booth for that Yankee series next month.
I'm so excited. I talked about it a little bit earlier today for these final 4 weeks of baseball. And a bunch of teams fighting for that last wild card spot. I think the division's still in play. That's what it's all about, playing meaningful baseball in September, getting to the dance. Twins got a good shot.
Slicing foul, Brooks Lee over, and no play. Derek Shelton in year number 1. Managing this Twins team. Strikes out Butler. Went up with a cutter. Strikeout number 5 for Matthews.
They did the same thing against Lawrence at last at bat. Cutter kind of up in the zone. I guess, you know, elicits chase. It's tough to lay off that pitch right there. It looks like a pitch that you can drive, and it kind of just stays up. And more whiffs. We highlighted that early.
Season high for Zebby Matthews. Back to that stat line here tonight. Tommy White 0 for 2. Okay, back with the sinker.
Yeah, that's a fun pitch right there. You get a guy out of the box, kind of looks at you a little funny, fastball in around your legs, and then challenges them again and blows it right by him.
Check swing, and he went. Alan Porter making that call himself on a slider. So back-to-back strikeouts, and there are 2 down.
I mean, I've been there. That's not a fun at bat right there. That's called getting bullied. Zebby throwing that slider, and again, that looks like a heater coming out of his hands, and that's why Tommy White cannot hold up.
So 2 down for Donovan Walton to the right side, and Royce Lewis will take it himself. And a quick inning for Zebby Matthews, striking out 2. He is pitching well again tonight. Twins in West Sacramento. Royce Lewis, Byron Buxton, and the boy.
Need to be able to protect and maintain the quality of their lake for the future.
Now Derek Shelton staying away from Zebby Matthews. A season-high 20 swing and misses tonight. 90 pitches in, 6 innings, only 1 run. We've seen a ton of ground balls. That was one of your keys tonight for that trend to continue. It has for Matthews.
He's looked really, really good, and a quick inning right there is going to give him a chance to go out there and get through 7.
Royce Lewis is the only Twin without a hit. Let's end that right now. 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 13 with a California native on this road trip so far.
Quick to the ball right there with that front hip. I guess the guy that throws a sinker the way Morris has shown, you got to stay a big part of the field here. Keep that front side in. Roy says, I'll just flip it out to left. Trev, what do you know?
That's why you're in the booth.
Yeah. He's one of the only guys in the lineup that can do that. Get out in front, hip leads. But he's able to keep his hands through the baseball. That's so difficult to do. The length in his swing, the ability to stay through it even though he's out in front. He can do that.
Just saw Royce Lewis at first base, chatting with Jeff McNeil. I would imagine, and now playing first base defensively, that he is a talker, right? That I bet he enjoys talking with the guys at first base, other teams, and just having a conversation. And Morty, the book that he would always write, if he did ever write a book, would be if first base could talk. Tap weakly, and Morris bobbles, picks, he'll eat it. 3-hit game for Kalen Culpepper. Second time he's done that in his young big league career.
Yeah, it looked like Morris was the only guy that could have a play here. It was going to be difficult for him to kind of go back across of his body. Tries to barehand it. Kind of looks back at White and Walton right there and says, all right, I'll just do it myself. He'll take that all day for KC.
Twins up to 12 hits here tonight against the A's. Brooks Lee out to left field, but in the ballpark for Muncy. One tag, all tag. Culpepper into second base, and he slides to the backside of the base. So Lee flies out, but Lewis and Culpepper both tag, and the Twins have runners at second and third. And here comes Ryan Kreidler. And Kreidler back at his hometown in the 5th inning did this, a long home run. And this home run swing powered by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. For every Twins homer hit to the Treasure Island home run deck, Treasure Island donates $2,500 to the Twins Community Fund in support of the Junior Twins Equipment Kit Program.
I know it's a 7-1 game right now, Corey, but the read that Royce got and the read that Culpepper got on that fly ball right there, that's what winning baseball teams do.
And I will tell you that those are plays that earlier this season they were not making.
You recognize Muncy, new out there, kind of catching that ball on his heels. He actually does the right thing, comes up throwing to second base, but because he's on the track there and Culpepper's got some speed, he's able to move that extra 90 feet, and it just means so much. Over 162, that adds up, and it makes teams, play on their heels a little bit more.
Brings the infield in. Kreidler waits for the 1-1 from Morris. Kreidler has homered and scored twice. 2-2. Let's go back and watch the base running here one more time.
Yeah, I saw Royce go back right away. It's not an easy read for Culpepper, but you see him read, okay, he's going to be back, he's going to catch that, and he takes off right away. And as you mentioned, sees where the throw is going. It's on the inside part of the base, so he dives head first, backside of the base, and just a job well done all the way around.
But Kreidler can't put the ball in play this time. Strikes out.
I said before, Corey, I like this guy's stuff. Cade Morris, he's got to locate a little bit better, but very deceptive and a lot of movement on his pitches.
This is his 4th big league game. 2 down. Infield backs up. Luke Keyshaw. He's 1 for 4. Hot shot to third, and White Throws out Keyshaw. The Twins get a couple hits, but do not score as we stretch.
Twins as we look at our Toyota game summary. Everybody in the lineup being a part of this one here tonight. Everyone has a hit. Byron Buxton has 2 of them, in fact, including a double. He also has a walk and 3 runs scored. Josh Bell also with a good night. He's got a double, a sac fly, so 3 driven in. And Zebby Matthews, what a start from him. 6 innings of work so far, though. 1 run on 6 hits. He's got 6 strikeouts, but a season-high 20 whiffs. And we've seen whiffs on just about every one of his pitches here tonight as he looks razor sharp, guys.
Audra, thank you. And he's back out for the 7th season and career high. Zebby, most innings in his start is 7. He's done that 5 times in his career, including 4 times this season. Looking to match that. Strike 1 on Max Muncy.
Start going into the 7th inning like this is great for Zebby. It, gets his confidence level up. It also resets the bullpen, gives them a night off.
Tommy Dance is now warming up. To right, and Keyshaw retires Muncy. And 1 away. Same time tomorrow night. We start at 8:30 Central Time. 8:40 pitch, and Taj Bradley coming off a really good outing against the Braves last time out. We'll have the ball for the Twins. We'll see a young, promising arm on the mound for the A's in lefty Gage Jump. 5.8 ERA in the high 4s. So back-to-back lefties for the Twins. And Springs and Jump, and Taj will go for the Twins in game 2. Carlos Cortez is 0 for 2.
Changeup, curveball, more whiffs. I'd love to see him just kind of rear back right here. Kind of got him slowed down a little bit, so get that fastball top of the zone.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The left-handed batting A's DH Carlos Cortez, and got him on a curveball. An overmatched there, and Zebby picks up his 7th strikeout.
You saw Jeffers right before that pitch. He motioned like, hey, rip this thing. Like, absolutely tear this thing down. Go. And Zebby, I mean, this is exactly what Jeffers wanted. You see him looking at him. And that pitch was on its way. He said, that's what I want, big fella. Good job.
More encouragement right there from Jeffers behind the plate. 2 down for Jonah Heim. Speaking of catchers, towards the Twins dugout, 0-1.
This will be about the 4th time I said it tonight, but that arm action that Zebby has tonight, that's been all the difference. That's what's getting all of these whiffs.
Now the A's, it wasn't so long ago that they were still a contending team. Really going back to June. But then just injury after injury, and just took away any hopes of contention from Arcatse. It's not just overcoming 1 or 2, but talking about 6 starters that are out, and many for the season.
And yeah, I mean, they're best players essentially. You know, Nick Kurt's one of the best hitters in all of baseball when he's on the field. Not having him, a guy that is a stalwart at shortstop in Jacob Wilson. The list goes on and on. It's very difficult. Yes.
2-2. And we'll do it again.
How about one more whiff right here?
Pitch number 104 from Zebby Matthews. And Jeffers will challenge. I love this challenge.
Catcher is challenging the ball.
Close automated balls and strikes are powered by T-Mobile. Was Jeffers right? He was not. Just missed, but I like that challenge.
Minnesota has one remaining.
Very close, 0.4 of an inch.
Trying to get one for Zeb there, end the inning. Obviously, you're up by 6 runs. That makes a difference.
Popped up. Left side. And 3 Twins are there, and Lee and Culpepper collide a bit. And thankfully, they're smiling. Play is made. And Zebby Matthews threw 7 tonight, and the Twins lead by 6.
The fan favorite pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger is back at Wendy's. It's kind of like a pub on a bun, a pretzel bun.
Nice buns, mate.
The Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Pub kinda included.
Take a look at our upcoming schedule, brought to you by Progressive. Tomorrow we will see Taj Bradley on the bump here in Game 2. Game 3 belongs to Connor Prelip as the Twins close out this West Coast road trip. They have an off day on Thursday, but then they're back at Target Field, where we will see the White Sox and the Tigers, and then on the road, the White Sox and the Tigers. So 12 straight against a couple division foes. Should be an interesting stretch and a big stretch for the Twins, guys.
And then Cleveland after that. Audra, thank you. So plenty of divisional play around the corner for the Twins. Byron Buxton reaching for the 4th time tonight. And a 3-hit game, and hopefully this is the catalyst that gets the leader of this team going here during this stretch run.
He goes down and gets this sinker right here, Corey. Watch him pull the hands in. Stay through that baseball. A nice pitch, just a better piece of hitting.
(7-1) and Ryan Jeffers. He's been on 3 times, single and 2 walks. After being swept by the Phillies at Target Field, the Twins dropped to 5 games under. But then they swept the Braves to pull within 2 games of 500. Dropped 3 in San Diego, and now 3 here in Sacramento. As this roller coaster ride for Derek Shelton's team continues. Broken bat flare, and tracked down nicely by Donovan Walton. Good play.
There's been a bunch of firewood on the diamond with Morris on the mound. There's just so much movement.
Josh Bell, he's knocked in 3 runs tonight, up to 80 runs batted in, and he's saying that hit him on the leg. It did. Alan Porter agrees. And Bell is up.
Hopefully this just skimmed him. Oh yeah. And those are tree trunks anyway. Like, that wasn't gonna hurt him at all. Stand next to Josh Bell, you feel like a small person.
So Bell is on. Buxton down to second. Cody Clemens 1 for 4. Hot shot, right side, base hit, right center. Byron Buxton, come on home. 8-1 on the second RBI tonight from Cody Clemens, and now 66 driven in this season.
Cody up there wasting no time. That's that sinker up. And for a lefty like Cody, that's right in his wheelhouse. And Buck is just scooting around the base pass, and he realizes he can just kind of walk home.
8 runs, 14 hits for the Twins offense. And still batting, 1 out, Royce Lewis, 1 for 4. Towards the whole left side, Walton dives to second, on to first, not in time. And Donovan Walton has played a really good shortstop tonight, robbing Royce there. They get the out at second base of Clemens, Bell to third, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, he's been diving all over the place. I like his glove at shortstop, and if you're Royce, you hit that ball hard, you're hoping it sneaks through right there, maybe deflects off of his glove. Instead, he makes the play.
Now Kalen Culpepper is coming up, seeking his first 4-hit game of his major league career. He's had now 2 3-hit games. Three hits, 3 singles. He has scored a run. On the corner for strike 1. Caitlin had 3 hits in the series finale against the Braves on August 19th, went 3 for 4 in that game. And 3 for 4 here tonight against the A's. Down 0-2. Up the middle, get through. It's backhanded, bobbled, and a run scores. Josh Bell is in. That should be a hit. If so, first career major league 4-hit game for Kalen Culpepper, and also drives in his 4th major league run.
I mean, have a day. It's been really refreshing watching him in this Twins lineup. You talk about adding length to a lineup. You got a guy like Culpepper hitting down here. He's hitting 7th tonight. And it just allows you to have innings like this or games like this where you just kind of keep on stacking base runners and pushing across run after run.
I'll say this, in your years of doing television, at least the last now 3 seasons, the likelihood of a position player pitching with you in the booth is on the higher side.
Yes.
Not saying we're there yet. Still have to play the 9th inning, but it's on the radar.
I think we got one here last year too, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, I can't believe you just brought that. I was in a good mood. We're talking about Culpepper and the length of this Twins lineup. I mean, a guy like Brooks Lee with 20 homers hitting 8th. It's beautiful.
1-2.
I'll take it if it means, you know, a Twins win. I'll sacrifice my well-being for the Twins to get dubs.
Well, Drew Rom is warming up in the bullpen, so that's a good sign. One and 2 on Brooks Lee, who has a base hit tonight. Twins have 15 hits. Their season high is 20. It came in a lopsided win in Arizona back in June. Twins had 10 hits alone in the 5th inning of that game. 2-2. Hot corner, Galen Culpepper, first Twins rookie with a 4-hit game since Luke Keyshaw did that last year in September against the White Sox. On the right side to Zach Geloff. And he throws out Brooks Lee, inning over. Twins at 2, and Galen Culpepper with his first big league 4-hit game.
Financing for 5 years on all 20 cities.
Twins have a 9-1 lead as we take a look at our dirt camera. Looking at home plate, Trevor Plouffe, you want to rename that camera? Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling it the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids cam. That's another movie I just showed my kids recently.
That's some Rick Moranis.
That cereal scene still gets me. If you know, you know. Tommy Nansen for the Twins here.
Zebby Matthews done after 7 outstanding innings here tonight, allowing 1 run. And struck out 7 as Nance takes over bottom 8.
See the arsenal there for Nansen. You know, that's as good as we've seen Zebby all season long right there.
Bolte's had a good night, and will add to it with a 3-hit game. So Bolte leadoff single. Jeff McNeil will bat. Let's go back to yesterday, go down to the minor leagues, and the St. Paul Saints. Walker Jenkins, he has been on an incredible tear. Homer twice again yesterday.
Oh my!
On the road at Columbus. Jenkins and the Saints are back home tomorrow night at CHS Field to take on Toledo. Beginning a homestand tomorrow night in downtown St. Paul. Out to center field and room for Byron. And retires McNeil. So 1 away.
I've heard the Joe Mauer comparisons with the Walker Jenkins swing. It's a little bit more violent than Joe's was. I can see the two-handed finish, though. Big boy. I get it.
Twins are exposing him to a few more starts in the corner outfield positions. Strike 1 on Zach Geloff.
I mean, yeah, getting compared to Joe Mauer's swing is about as lofty of a compliment as you can receive. I don't know who my swing was compared to. Brandon Inge, that's who I thought it looked like. A little bit different.
With the entire swing or the hand placement or just the bat path?
You know, I guess it really wasn't the swing that I'm talking about. It's more like people pitched him and I very similarly. I don't even know who like my swing was modeled after. I don't really have a good comparison. I used to think it was A-Rod, but our careers turned out differently.
The 1-2 is fouled off.
Not anymore. We're both successful baseball media members now. Take that, A-Rod.
One and 2 on Zach Geloff.
You know, another former ball player who's doing well in the media now. I don't know if you've seen a lot of the stuff he's been doing, but Joey Votto. He's been on MLB Network, and he's really a refreshing listen.
Towards the end of his career, he had a great nickname. He was viewed as the most interesting man in baseball.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so accurate when looking at Joey Votto, and not just his play, but just how he approached the game, the way he talked about the game, the way he interacted with everybody involved in the game. And for a while, I thought, and when he's out there, I see it. Joe Ryan, to me, I think took on that title with a Joe Ryan experience, and how entertaining that has been, and hopefully will be again soon.
Different approaches to it, that's for sure. The reason I bring Joey up is there was a question today about Mariano Rivera, you know, a game on the line. You get to pick one batter in baseball history to face him, and Joey Votto chimed in. He said, Paul Molitor. And I thought that was a really good answer from Joey.
Molly just celebrated a big birthday a couple of days ago.
Happy 70th.
It's been so fun having, you know, Paul with us on the road this season, broadcasting games. And, you know, Byron Buxton, when he in the clubhouse, when he sees Molly, you know what he calls him?
What does he call him?
Skip.
Oh, I love that. He's an all-timer, man. The igniter, Skip, whatever you want to call him. I guarantee you put him in a baseball game today and he can get a knock. He still got it.
And that's low, and a challenge from Jeffers. If not Jeffers, then Nance was going to challenge.
Yeah, who challenged that?
I think this looked low, and it is low. The Twins are out, and the bases are loaded. So
Minnesota has 0 challenges remaining.
Twins wanted to see in an 8-run game as a walk to load the bases now for Tommy White. The Twins had a rough day avoiding the walks yesterday as a team, combined to walk 8 Padres. In the Game 3 loss. So 3 on and 1 out. Tommy White 0 for 3. Out to center. Buxton back. Buxton with the play. Makes the catch. Bolte will tag and score. And there are 2 down as the A's score their 2nd run tonight.
I'll take that all day. Up 8 runs to trade the out for one of those runs, make it 7 now. But as you mentioned, I mean, it's just the free passes. That's what hurts.
Walton is 0 for 2. One hop right side, speared by Kreidler, goes to second with a force on Butler, and Culpepper there to cover, and the inning is over.
The real New Year is almost here. Grab all their faves, from Lunchables to Capri Sun. We're wishing you all a happy school year.
Coming up on Saturday at Target Field, we'll turn the ballpark into SpongeBob Day. Jump into the fun with a special ticket package featuring a co-branded Patrick Star Twins jersey and a chance to meet SpongeBob and Patrick Star. Make a splash and get your tickets right now at twins.com/SpongeBob. Some Twins fans, SpongeBob fans here in West Sacramento tonight. Joe Mauer fan. 9-2, 9th inning. Kreidler. Lawrence Butler coming in. Kreidler is out number 1 with Drew Rom now pitching. Well, Dan Gladden is not in the radio booth tonight because Glenn Perkins is, so Danny is watching this one from the stands.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Man.
I'll tell you what, it makes me miss Dazzle. I love me some Glenn Perkins. I love him.
Right. But, I mean, as much as I want to say, I mean, you know, drinking something, so that could be the Cupertino kid. But Danny from about 2 hours south of here.
I was going to say, I feel his energy.
All right, so this is, you come to the ballpark, got the World Series ring on, you bet. Danny wears the 87 ring. And I mean, if you're going to show up at the ballpark and you look like the Cupertino kid, that's great. Love it. We met these folks last year at Dodger Stadium.
We did, yeah. We got him a lot of TV time.
Yeah.
I told him, I saw him in the bathroom earlier. I said, we're going to get you on TV today. Did not like that he was holding a two-seam grip. Dazzle Dan would never do that from the outfield.
And Danny, he was forced to pitch a few times. Speaking of position players coming into pitch, Danny did that a couple of times over his Twins Hall of Fame career. And his phone's blowing up. He's like, yep, we're showing you.
We did it, Mom.
We did it. We're on. Keyshaw crushes to left center field, in the alley and down and off the wall. On his way to second base, he's in sliding, his second double tonight, and Keyshaw is on yet again.
He's on fire right now. The swing is working. The bat path is so clean, direct to the ball. And you said it earlier, it's like he's the nicest kid ever, but he plays with some vim and vigor. Like he looks angry out there, but he's not. He's having a good time, I promise you that. Never lose that edge, Keish. Never lose it.
Just maintaining such a high on base percentage, and he has been the last 40+ games, and he's second only to Yordan Alvarez just on base percentage last month and change. As Buxton grounds out to third, Keyshaw stays, and they're 2 down.
Well, really, it was just a bad April for him, and then since then he's been fantastic. And that's going to happen. You know, cold month of April, like just stuff happens.
Also changed his bat. Talked about that with Justin Morneau the other day in San Diego. Went to a different, really his old bat. The different handle during the Astros series earlier in the year. Ryan Jeffers has been on 3 times. A single and 2 walks.
He wants to go big fly right here.
Line to center, and Bolte tracks it down. Bottom 9 when we come back. Twins 3 outs away from a Game 1 win.
At Rinvoke.
Bottom of the 9th, Yoendrys Gomez getting some work in here in West Sacramento. But 1 year ago today, the Twins were taking on the Chicago White Sox, and their starter was none other than Yoendrys Gomez. He went 4 2/3 innings. He didn't allow a single run, and he had 6 strikeouts against a team that would eventually give him a huge opportunity, an opportunity that he has taken by the horns and has really thrived in. And I was talking about him with Ryan Jeffers earlier today. He said, you know, not only is his stuff so good, but you're seeing a guy, get settled, put down some roots, and establish himself with an organization that really believes in him. And Brooks Lee said, talk about the romantic, feel-good side of baseball. That's it. It's a guy getting a second chance of becoming the player he's wanted to be, and who doesn't love that?
Audra, thank you. It really has been a remarkable story for a guy that first met his teammates at a team breakfast in Cleveland back in early May. That's what Gomez ended up throwing 3 straight days during that series in Cleveland. And what has morphed into a high leverage 9th inning closing job, and he's been marvelous in doing so and getting some work here tonight, as he hasn't thrown since the Braves series. He threw all 3 games against Atlanta. He hasn't thrown since Wednesday. Cortez pops it up to left, and Cody Clemens retired Max Muncy and retires Cortez.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Minnesota Twins.
If you're Yoendrys Gomez, the old trying to get some work in, you're looking for exactly this. Get some work in, don't push the pitch count too high, 3 pitches, 2 down, and Jonah Heim, last chance for the A's. Twins lead by 7.
I also love that Brooks Lee was talking about the romantic side of baseball, describing Gomez this season.
This guy's getting married
nice.
in November. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Am I invited? Are you?
I am not, but that's what Audra said. There's like 3 guys all getting married on the same day.
I mean, that doesn't mean you can't get invited to all 3 of them.
Who is it, Audra? It's what? It's 4 guys. Who is
Keish?
it? Keishall, Lee, Cole Sands, and Kreidler, right?
I love.
Those 4. Fading it down, and a 2-out knock for Jonah Heim. You know, Shelty was asked about, hey, if you're going to attend one of those weddings, which one would you go to? He said, look, I have plans already. Allie and I, we have plans. I'm not going, but if they're smart, they would at least invite the manager because they'll get a nice gift.
That's it. Obviously, that's what you do, yeah.
So invite the manager. He won't be there, but invite him.
I'd say the same thing about me. I might show up, though. That's the thing. I might come.
And a few of those are in Southern California. Cole Sands, he's getting married in Florida. But for you, I mean, it's not that bad of a drive.
My feelings are a little hurt.
It's Alan Porter's first miss tonight.
I think it truly is his first miss. He's been fantastic.
One and 2 on Henry Bolte. I'm at first base and 2 down. 9-2 Twins here in the 9th. There it is, dirt cam.
Yeah, I love that cam right there.
Honey, I shrunk the Jeffers.
I mean, Bolte is just all over the baseball tonight. 3 hits, good takes. Love to see Gomez get him to end this game.
Heim takes off. 2-2 inside ball 3, or is that ball 4? This way the count wrong there. That is ball 4. Sorry about that. So Bolte is on yet again. Now there are 2 on, 2 out. Here comes McNeil.
This is one guy who will not just give at bats away at the end of a 9-2 baseball game.
So Gomez had 2 outs on 3 pitches, and now up to 14 pitches and still 2 outs as Heim and Bolte have reached. Where's the parking lot? Upador Twins postgame is coming up as soon as this one ends here tonight. We'll hear from Derek Shelton. Well, coming up on the postgame show. Fair ball past the body of Lewis, and that ball will find the right field corner, and 2 runs will score. So all this with 2 outs, and it's now 9-4. On the Jeff McNeil 9th inning, 2-out, 2-run double.
Yeah, just gets a pitch here over the plate. Turns on it. Royce almost got the glove there. Nice job diving for that down the line, but again, McNeil, professional hitter. Gomi not too happy with this outing.
So McNeil The 3-hit game, and now Zach Geloff. Base hit to right center. It'll be a 9-5 game. Geloff thinking 2. He's going to make it. And the A's, some 2-out life here late tonight. And the lead trimmed to 4.
Giving the crowd a little life right here. Not a bad pitch by Gomez. Geloff does a good job just going with it.
And Twins bullpen. Rough road trip so far. A group that had been throwing the ball very well out of the All-Star break. Those numbers are climbing here lately. And those numbers will stay high here tonight.
You do see this, Corey. You know, a guy that's been the highest of leverage pitchers for the Twins this year comes in a low leverage spot because he needs to get some work. The adrenaline's not there, something that he's been used to this year. And I'm not trying to make excuses for Gomez here, but you do see it all the time with closers who come into games just to get some work. It's not as sharp. And again, I think that has a lot to do with that adrenaline spike that's missing.
Andrew Morris beginning to warm up in the pen. Lawrence Butler, he's been on 3 times. 2 walks and an RBI single as Gomez misses low ball 1. So 4 straight have reached. 3 are in. Geloff at second.
Pitch count now approaching 20. You mentioned you didn't want to see that. And now you've got Morris, as you mentioned, warming up as well.
To right center field in the alley, and that's a base hit. Another extra base hit for the A's. Brings in Geloff. It is now 9-6. And the A's are coming dangerously close to bringing the tying run to the plate here. Three straight run-scoring doubles. And that's going to do it for Yoendrys Gomez as Andrew Morris is coming in. So with the tying run on deck, this will be a save situation for Andrew Morris. So Gomez got the first 2, but has to leave here as the A's are putting up a battle here in the 9th.
It's the final day.
Well, A's fans rally caps, rally sunglasses, rally anything. And the A's not going away here. 4 runs are in. There are 2 outs. Tommy White is going to bat, and Andrew Morris is going to try to end this game right now. Seeking his 4th save of the year with the tying run on deck. This is a save situation for the rookie Morris. Right side, and Lewis is there to end it, and the A's, despite 4 in the 9th, Twins win the game 9-6, and Morris picks up the save. And Zebby Matthews the win. Byron Buxton and the boys can smile. Ryan Kreidler, welcome home. Hit a home run, scored twice. The Twins offense puts up a big number, 9 runs on 16 hits. Kalen Culpepper with a 4-hit game. 9-6 the final. We'll take a break, come back. Upanor Twins